Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roadmap to Freedom. We are at the fourth session of the project. Let's think about some of the principal problems that we're confronted with that affect us directly or indirectly. What are they? You read about them. Threat of war, riots, runaway inflation, poverty, the kidnapping of the day, the murder of the day. As you are aware, probably, the same catastrophic problems have plagued society since the earliest beginnings of civilization. Is there any record that these principal problems having been solved at any time in history? Let me ask you this question. Is it possible that perhaps, maybe, our technology of problem solving not working? Maybe we don't know what we're doing. Is it possible? We've had thousands of years to figure out what we're doing wrong instead of solutions. The problems are magnified. Do you think the wars can continue to increase in their destructive magnitude forever, indefinitely? Do you think we can afford World War III, 4, 5, if we will survive number 3? Why have we failed? I'm going to discuss the source of the failure that has resulted in the present social crisis. First, we'll divide all knowledge into 3 broad categories: the physical knowledge, physical sciences, the biological sciences, and the social sciences. The physical sciences include the body of knowledge concerning solids, liquids, gases. Biological sciences encompass body of knowledge concerning nature of living, such as plants, animals. The third science deals with men's relationships with fellow men. Our present social crisis stems from the fact that the principal progress been achieved in the physical sciences. It's in the physical sciences that we have made the greatest discovery of the various laws of nature: laws of motion, gravitation, thermodynamics. And this is what began to happen. The greater the success of the physical sciences, the greater the crisis. In the second science, biology, we have made some progress. Now, what is the extent of the scientific progress in social sciences? Have we come up with any true scientific solutions to man's continuing inhumanity to his fellow man? We have a 6,000-year record of mass murder, torture, destruction of property, arson, fraud, embezzlement. The social technology has totally failed to resolve men's disputes peacefully. 2,000 years ago, the efficient way to get rid of an enemy was sword and spear. By the time of 2 centuries ago, we had progressed far beyond that. The efficient way to get rid of an enemy was rifle, bayonet, cannon. By the time of just 3 decades ago, we gone far beyond that. And the way to get rid of an enemy now, intercontinental ballistic missiles with hydrogen warheads, zeroed on all of the principal cities in case things go rough. Well, you can increase the kill ratio of each soldier. You can increase his leverage to destroy. But is this an indication that the social technology had increased? Let me ask you this question. Are we in a better position today in 2024 to prevent war than we were 2,000 years ago? Or 6,000 years ago? Well, I will demonstrate in this course that our inability to prevent war is a larger problem than even the most concerned individuals might think. In fact, I will demonstrate that there is a direct connection between the failure of the social structure and social technology to prevent war, social technology to prevent crime, the failure to prevent inflation, the failure to prevent widespread unemployment, the failure to prevent vandalism, juvenile delinquency, and all kinds of major problems that affect us, as I said, directly or indirectly. I will demonstrate it all connected. In short, I will demonstrate that all these failures has a common origin, and we must identify clearly the nature of this common origin, or there will never be a solution, ever. On the other hand, if one claims that our social technology had progressed, where's the evidence? If one claims, well, haven't we made a little progress? Where? Again, a scientist requires observational evidence. Where it is? Where are the scientific solutions to our man-induced catastrophes? And before I discuss the present social crisis in a little greater depth, it has been my experience over the years that great many people resent any discussion of a crisis. Many will claim that they already know about the crisis. They known about this for a long time. They don't want to hear about it. And yet, most people will realize that you cannot resolve a problem that is a real problem simply by ignoring it. When your house is on fire, you can choose to ignore it. However, it will not stop the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, the nature of our present social crisis is never a pleasant subject, but it is essential that we carefully identify both the nature of and the source of the crisis, or we will never find a solution. Negative approach is not to think about it. The positive approach is to identify the cause and then innovate a cure. Now, the term crisis, as you know, is used commonly in medicine. It involves the turning point in the course of a disease where it becomes clear as to whether the patient will do one of two things: recover or die. Let us stop here and continue during our next section. We will boldly go where no one went before, I promise you. We need either to go back to primitive technologies like caves and fire instead of electricity and nuclear, or we need to innovate a way to prevent all those wars and diseases that plagued our civilization from the start. One of two. Or obliteration, either by nuclear, bacterial, or chemical weapons. I want to see your answers to the question: what chance out of 100 you would give for our civilization to survive given rapid progress in physics? Until next